But
not
can
meant
I
to.
start this by saying I'm very proud of you because you took a vacation?
I kind of cheated because half of it was with my family.
Well, that still counts.
It does, although it's so much easier to do things for other people than to do things for yourself. So that is cheating on
Why
occasion.
do you think that is?
I don't know. I've been breaking that down with my therapist for years now.
Can't figure it out.
I can buy things for other people, and she's like, "When was the last time you bought a new pair of pants?" And then you cry. But no, I'm much better about that now. That was a while ago. I've really improved on that level.
Great. Oh, hello.
Hi there.
Taliesin.
Hi, Ashley.
How are you?
I am very.
Are you a jet lagged boy?
I'm so jet lagged. What was I? I said my circadian rhythm has a backbeat right now. It's
Oh man.
just 3 hours sleep, 4 hours awake, 3 hours sleep. I was gonna like fix this, and I was like, no,
Leave it.
I have to be authentic.
There's nothing wrong.
No,
You don't have a darkness underneath for how probably jet lagged you are.
Man was
But
not
can
meant
I
to.
start this by saying I'm very proud of you because you took a vacation?
It was. I kind of cheated because half of it was with my family.
Well, that
So
still counts.
It does, although it's so much easier to do things for other people than to do things for yourself. So that is cheating on
Why
occasion.
do you think that is?
I don't know. I've been breaking that down with my therapist for years now.
Can't figure it out.
No, I can buy things for other people, and she's like, "When was the last time you bought a new pair of pants?" And then you cry. But no, I'm much better about that now. That was a while ago. I've really improved on that level.
Great.
Which is why I own clothing now.
So you're a post Japan.
Yeah, I
man.
went to Japan.
You went back to Japan.
The first time in 25 years.
How long were you there?
Just a little over a week, about 10 days. Not enough.
Ugh, that's not enough
I love it.
time.
I love it out there.
Where all did you go?
Well, I went to the airport. No, it's
Great airport.
it is, and I actually got stopped and randomly interviewed at the airport.
What?
Yeah, that was. I will just start there.
Oh
before we
wait,
go
I
anywhere.
remember you sent this text. So you were just walking through the airport and someone just stopped you for an
I was.
interview?
There was just two guys and there were two dudes and a woman who had a camera. They had a camera and microphones, and they said, "I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Do you have a moment?" And I was like, "Boy, do I ever."
You're like, I have all the time in the world. I'm on vacation.
I'm really like I have nowhere to be.
Was this outside of the airport?
It was like in the like
Baggage
just
claim?
before, just after baggage claim. And they have a show where, and I don't remember the name of it other than I think it's like, Why Did You Come to Japan or something like that. And it's every week they interview foreigners and
No
just
way.
to be like, why are you here? And so
What did you say?
I don't remember. Something about family and returning after a long time, and we had a great time. And
Did you speak Japanese?
No.
You were too scared.
My Japanese is like long dead. I will say the longer I was there, the more words were
was
coming
coming
back.
back.
But my Japanese died a long time ago.
Oh my God. So
yeah, I did.
how do we find this show?
I don't know, and I don't know if like my thing ever aired or will air, but otherwise, because I went into the ether. But Yeah.
You don't think it'll air?
I don't
you weren't
know.
exciting enough for them to make it to.
I might have been too chaotic. I am. There was like there's a lot of chaos energy and that comes with my reality. So they're
like, do we want this person here?
It just might be too much. Yeah. But yeah, I went to Disney Sea, which is its own conversation.
How amazing is Disney Sea?
I loved it.
I mean, I'm obsessed with it.
It's amazing. I will say it reminded me that there's like a dozen other theme parks around the world that I really want to go to.
Yes.
Because I have not had the experience of being lost having to use a map in it. Because I'm so used to going to theme parks I know so well that I can like be blindfolded and find my way around. So just being utterly confused was amazing.
How did you go? Did you travel around Disney Sea? Did you see as much as you could?
No, I did one day, which was not enough.
That's what I did when I was there.
I'm ready to do. I need to do the whole run, and I haven't been back to Tokyo Disneyland in years, and obviously in decades. So God only knows what that's like.
Yeah,
now.
I've never I didn't get to do.
But yeah, I could do several days, and it wouldn't be hard. And there's other theme parks in Japan that I really, because they really know how to do themed vibes, and I'll get into that.
Yeah, I always wanted to go to the. I feel like we've talked about this before, but the studio, is it Ghibli or Ghibli? Because I'm new to it. Ghibli. So
I want to say
Ghibli.
I want to say Ghibli, but I am so tired which is ridiculous because they just opened. Because they used to have just this little like building where you could go.
Yeah, but now it's like a whole.
Now it's
like a theme park, right?
Yeah, or it's like a themed, like literally a park with theme rather than a theme park.
Okay.
Like
I would like to go there.
I wanted to. It was just there was no time, and they also have. No, not Ghibli.
Ghibli.
I want to say Ghibli or Ghibli. I like Ghibli. It's Ghibli.
Ghibli.
I'm pretty sure. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. Like
I know.
G and there's J-I sound.
Ghibli.
I know. I feel like
Between hard consonants.
Yeah, I can I can do the LR. I don't know why this one is.
I mean, I love the movies.
They're amazing.
I did. Did you ever dub any?
No, I took some pride that they used to have like dubbing awards, and I took some pride that I like stole every month of the dubbing awards that they were releasing. Disney was releasing those because I wanted to be dubbing them, and I still have some opinions on some of those dubs that are like.
That's always so. I know we're getting off topic here, but that is as someone who is new to those and has been watching them as an adult. My question for people is always: do you watch the original or the
It depends.
dubbed version?
I watched.
I watch the original ones first. So I want to see how it was just done. And
I have a whole rant about this.
You do?
Oh my God!
you want to rant about it?
It's an hour-long rant because I have a whole.
You have a whole thing.
Yeah, because I used to actually do this at conventions of like the difference between how translation and moving media from one language to the other works and all the various mechanisms of it. Because I took it very seriously.
I'm sure.
And not to be, I feel more seriously than some of the people who took some of those Disney dubs did. There's a couple. Some of them are amazing, I will say. It's like a couple
some
of
them
Disney
are
dubs
great. Some of them are great.
My favorite, one of my two favorites, I was like, you did not understand the point, and it makes me angry.
But it's just a different interpretation. It's just a whole different.
This one had a vibe, and it was like part of me was like, "How did you miss what this is supposed to sound like? How did you not understand what the
I'm curious
what the
which
mission
one
was?"
you're talking about.
This one was Porco Rosso, which is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Which is it's Casablanca, and it's supposed to sound like Casablanca, and they did not do that, and it makes me. And the cast was could have done it. Like they did also load those early dubs with too many actors who have never dubbed before, and it was clearly like that mechanism of dubbing is very hard.
It's very hard.
And I used to have a few name actors come in to do it, and they would have nervous breakdowns because it was so hard to do, and would just like walk out going, "I'm so sorry. I have not experienced being bad in decades."
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's really not easy.
It's not easy, but
it's like doing soap. Did you ever do a soap opera?
No, but I
so
grew
much
up
respect.
watching them.
Those actors, like you come
Oh
out
my
of that,
God.
you like that's actor
machine.
prison. That you come
That
out
is
ready
actor
to
prison.
Yeah, you are just.
They get the script the day of. They have to shoot
if
the
they're
whole entire
lucky,
thing in a day.
they're
They're lucky.
new pages 10 minutes before, and they're like flip, flip, flip. Cool, let's do it.
Their
One take.
memorization muscle is insane.
And that's like Nathan Fillion came out of there.
Really?
I believe he was a soap. Like
lots of soap
Seth
actors.
Green came out of like. There's a whole actors.
Seth Green?
I'm pretty sure Seth Green. I want to double check because I am
He
that
seems like
tired.
too cool and weird to be in like.
Those shows.
people who do
some of those
soaps
shows
are
have
like
vampires
cool
in
and weird.
them, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you come out of soaps just like built for damage. Like I love a
Yes.
soap opera actor. They take no
They know how to. They
ready.
work.
Let's do
Yeah,
it. I've
ready, got
already
it,
made my
let's go.
decisions. Let's do it. And
Yeah.
what are you?
That is.
Dubbing
that
voice
is actor
actors
prison.
have like no that like we know so many dubbing voice actors and they're
Yeah.
like we give no fucks. Let's just do this shit.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Wow.
Sorry.
All right. Well.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing.
So back to Japan.
Yeah. So
Did you? Did you
Tokyo-
eat all the glory? Oh yes. So
I did Tokyo, Osaka, which I had not really spent any time in, and then Kyoto, and
I
then
want to go
back
there
to Tokyo.
so bad.
Kyoto is a delightfully mixed bag, but
Really?
yeah, the great is great, and the not great is fine.
Did
But-
you stay at a ryokan? Is that how you say it?
Ryokan?
Ryokan?
I did not. I sent my family to one,
You did.
and then I just went to my very nice Airbnb.
Great.
They seemed happy. I was happy. I think it worked out really well.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, you should have been there. I'm like, I'm perfectly content to just wander the city by myself. I do best there when I'm by myself. It's a great country for solitude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Someone just sneezed outside.
So I'm so not used to you saying bless you when that happens. So,
I know. I usually shut up.
stop it.
Stop it.
I've done that to strangers and I feel so bad because you put that in
It's
my
such
head.
a mean reaction, and it's so funny.
Fucking funny. Stop it.
Stop it. Oh my
I
god.
love it so much.
I love Tokyo so much.
It's
And-
the perfect city for me.
I feel like you've told me this before, but like your food that you love, that's like your comfort food,
Oh, I mean,
isn't it?
Okonomiyaki.
Yes.
I mean, like it's
Which is delicious.
it is. It's also it's Japanese like junk food. Like it is like it's carnival food. It is. I mean,
Which
it
is
is
like you have your
just-
griddle,
Yeah.
you get your rice on there.
No rice in okonomiyaki.
Oh
is,
yeah, you're right.
It's noodle and cabbage, and then they put like all sorts of depending on what region you're in. They'll put fish or pork or cheese and all sorts of crazy stuff, and they'll just it's a pancake, and then
It's a pancake.
and then they put a sauce on it, and then if you're feeling really fancy, mayonnaise, and not just any mayonnaise, but they have Kewpie mayonnaise, and it comes in a baby bottle,
And
not a
it
bottle
is
for
so good.
like a bottle shaped like a baby.
Yeah.
And then you squeeze the baby and mayonnaise comes out. And there's no
Which-
mayonnaise like it.
I want to be there in that meeting of when they decided that the mayonnaise was going to be inside of a plastic baby
I
bottle.
know, right? Like why
Literal baby shape.
I mean
I have an idea. We're going to put this mayonnaise in a baby.
or like we somehow accidentally ordered baby bottles and they didn't understand the assignment and sent all these baby shaped bottles. And
Like, that
what are
doesn't
we gonna
work.
do without sell them to the mayonnaise factory?
They
I
are
don't
very
know.
cute, though.
They are really cute.
I am a big fan.
They're delightful.
Gosh. So, wait, and I think you brought pictures. Did you bring pictures?
A couple. I
I mean,
brought
where do you want to even? And I love this shirt that you have on.
I
need to talk about it
Yeah,
and point it
please.
out. It's a cyberpunk bartender action.
Yeah, and then at the bottom,
bottom
it says hit any key, which clearly she's ready
But then
to hit
this
any
also
key.
says something else that I can't say.
I
but
can't tell either.
I can't see.
It could be any language. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's a great shirt.
Yeah, I was one of the things I bought this in Akihabara, which is a subsection of Tokyo,
Okay.
where it's kind of it's the nerdy, but it's like sleaze nerd. Like it's
Ooh.
lots of it's lots of like maid cafe, and also like they're not strip clubs, but it's like kind of the Japanese version of
what's a maid cafe?
A maid cafe. Oh boy. Oh, I did not go to one. Like, I've only ever been to one because a friend owned it, and I was like, I have to know, and was like, well, now I know. And it's like a cafe. Well, there's also, we briefly had one in Los Angeles for 10 seconds, but it was less strange, where like girls, although they now do boys ones called with like men, like pretty boys in suits. So they have branched out in like ridiculous little maid outfits, like that are poofy and
Fun.
Ridiculous, bring
Cute.
you sweets and flirt with you, and it's very, but like in an awkward. The whole thing is so awkward.
Wait, so what's the point?
Like
what's the objective?
It's to be doted on by pretty girls.
Okay. And then for women, if they want to, or anybody,
there's also the butler. There's also like I think it's called a butler cab, where they're just, and it can get a little. It's awkward, but yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting flirted with a little lady in a maid outfit.
Well, and then they get like
a little butler suit.
They get more iffy like the deeper you go, which like, and there's ones where they're just like cute girls handing out flyers on the street in a very Vegas kind of way.
Oh my God.
Except like anime Vegas. And then there's like Akihabara also has like electronics stores and like all the anime toy stores. And this came from a store called Cospa, which was like the original cosplay store that like I used to shop at back when I lived there as a teenager.
Wow. So you go in and it's just like a bunch of costumes?
Well, it used to be like all sorts of weird, like I think we have a picture of me in a ridiculous set of armor with like blonde hair and in a vinyl suit, and the armor came from Cospa. I spent a fortune. And
this was you younger? So this store has been there for a long time.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's in a new location, but like I cannot believe there's only ever been like 2 of them, and they now are a little bit more like less costumey, although they do have the costumes, and more like show goods.
But they provide more services now, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think there's a photo in there of me in a set of armor. Oh, yeah, there we are.
Oh, there it is.
And
so this is from that store.
The armor is from the store. The rest of it is from a neighborhood called Harajuku, where I used to buy all of my fancy goth stuff. And some of those stores were still open as well, so I actually bought some fancy goth stuff from the same stores I was buying stuff in when I was 19.
Wow.
20 years old.
And they're still there.
They're still there. They're holding on.
Still there, going strong.
Yeah.
What were you dressed for?
That was some sort of anime club event. They also, like, for a while, there were, like, anime nightclubs with music.
Bless
and
you. We got an allergy-ridden group in here.
Lord, yeah.
Me being one of them, too. My eyes are watering like crazy, y'all.
Yeah, anyway. I have shades around here. So yeah, I traveled Harajuku, which was my old haunt, which is different, but it's still lovely, and had a great time. And I bought toys and anime stuff. And then Tokyo was Akihabara, Shinjuku, Shibuya.
Oh.
And like I have some friends who live out there, so I had a friend who took me around Shibuya and a couple other neighborhoods, and she's she's gorgeous and fluent, so
Perfect.
It's always good to have someone gorgeous and fluent taking you around.
Yes, it's the best.
And she knew all the good shit.
Have you ever been, and I want to go so bad, and I didn't get to go while
when
I was
were
in
you
Japan.
there?
I was there 2018.
Okay.
Maybe. I think it was 2018 or 2019.
Was it for a video game or?
I was working there. It was for Blind Spot.
Oh, yeah.
And which was great because on that show we did so many shoots on location, which was so cool. South Africa and Peru and Japan.
Oh,
it was great.
Right.
It was so fun. But we were there. I was only there for, I want to say like a week or a week and a half. It was not enough time, and it was hard because your time, you're with that little bit of time somewhere, you don't get used to the. No, you're just tired all the time.
I did my 2 years, and that was, I mean, not straight. We would break them up, but like having an apartment out there when I was young, I was just like, I can live out here. I'm as content as I can be as a human being.
I'm sure. Yeah, we were there mostly in Tokyo. I I really, really wanted to get time to go out to Kyoto, but
I have some good pictures from Kyoto.
Oh, I can't wait to see. But I just absolutely love it there. But one of the things that I really wanted to do was go down Golden Guy? The bar district. It's like a really tiny little street.
I went to some crazy bar. There are a couple bars I wanted to go to and couldn't, but
Am I saying this wrong?
I don't know,
Let me look this up.
it
I'm
would
pretty
not
sure that's what it's
surprise
called.
me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
it's in Shinjuku because
It's
I
like
was
a
going to bars in
district, I
Shinjuku.
think, and it's like the street. I mean, I know a lot.
I might have actually just been there and not
probably did.
because I was in some delightfully scummy Shinjuku neighborhoods going to bars for a minute.
But the bars there are so cool.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like you go in and it's like the teeny tiny.
Oh yeah, you can fit like 5. I actually have
Yes.
I have a photo my sister took. My sister, bless her, has this very specific taste where she can find a very specific flavor of weird, especially for bars. And she a couple times she was like, "We're going to a thing, trust me." And this was a bar. You'll find the picture because there was no electricity. The whole bar was only candlelit. Like on the 3rd floor. She also found a dive bar that only sat 5 people.
But like, what a cool thing.
Yeah, and the woman who yeah.
Wait.
So
this
that's a bar.
Come on.
And there's no light in there other than candlelight.
Other than the candlelight?
And yeah, that was just
What a great shot.
Yeah, and that was me with I think I was just drinking whiskey. There was a cyberpunk bar I wanted to go to, but it was always like the timing didn't work, which made me so sad.
A cyberpunk bar?
And like they have drinks that were like created by AI and like so they're awful.
Oh
Including
my
one that
God.
clearly had like a seahorse in it or something like that.
Yeah.
That looked just disgusting. And then like the food is all depressing. Like they serve cheeseburgers that are in like plastic, like vacuum formed, and you have to open them and microwave them. You're like,
What?
It's like
Whoa.
a grim future cyberpunk bar, and it was amazing looking.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'll find there's so many cool bars there, and I
There
have one.
are
I have
so
one
many.
with a video with like a heartbeat. There was one that had like a circulatory system in front of it.
What?
I think I took a video because it was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever.
That is so wild. I feel like there's
God, they
just...
theme so well.
Yes, that's what I was just going to say. I'm like, there's something so cool about just the little pockets and a little room that you'll find, a little tiny bar, and then it's just themed.
Like it's.
What the heck is this?
It's like
That is so
God
cool.
Damn it!
Wait, did you go in?
No, it would not open.
So that it wasn't.
It also
open.
looked. The vibe was not quite right, but there.
What even was it?
It was a bar. It may have been like. It was in the iffy like skeezy bar section of the city, so it might have been like gambling and women in very iffy clothes kind of vibe, but like
Amazing.
And
So
I
would have had a good time.
Well, I mean, there was also a Nautilus themed one, and I looked it up and was like, "Oh no, that's basically a strip club." Never mind. I was like, "Is it a Nautilus
themed strip club?
It was
Incredible.
Just great, but
Wow. It's such an incredible.
I
place.
appreciate their commitment to the bit. They really know how to commit to the bit.
They really do know how to commit to a bit.
I wish we could commit to a bit on that level.
I do too. I want to go back there so bad.
I will
and
always
just
go back.
spend time there not having to work. And I just wish more than anything that probably every day that if I did go back, I would go to 7-Eleven every day.
Man, people do not
7-Eleven.
understand how great 7-Eleven.
It is unreal. The food that they have.
7-Eleven is
The egg salad sandwich
Oh God.
from 7-Eleven in Japan is the greatest sandwich you'll ever have.
Do we have an equivalent to a Japanese 7-Eleven here? Because
No.
it is not the 7-Eleven you know.
No, it's not. I mean, it is. It's a convenience store.
It's actually a little bit like, I guess it's like convenience store, but it actually feels more like a bodega
Yes, it feels like a bodega,
a little bit.
but it's also just like
Because
it's Japan's version of that, which is like way cooler.
and it's nice, and like the food is interesting, and
Oh,
like
it's
the
so
vibe,
good.
the vibe is really like, and they have a couple other like, they have like Family Mart and they have a few other, but like 7-Eleven really is the one that feels the most like, yeah, like
Yes, any of them. So if you go to Japan, just go to any 7-Eleven and eat the food.
They're not hard to find.
No, they are not.
And the food is great. And
Yes.
I would load up. Do I have anything? I have a couple things I bought. I have a couple things I brought from 7-Eleven.
I'm very excited to see what these treasures are over here.
Yeah, I have a little pile of treasures, and they're exciting.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a little pile.
We had one of my favorite parts of Japan, and I'm blanking on the name, but it's where there's like it's the river, and then there's the cherry blossoms. Mm-hmm. And
They were not going when I was.
Yes, they're probably not. There's only like a certain time that they go, but there's so many shops along that side that are just so wonderful. Every little pocket that you just find. We got
really lucky. It was a festival season for some reason.
Really?
So when we were in Shinjuku, like our local Shinto shrine
Cool.
was like full on nightlife. They had got like all of the crazy food vendors set up and like all the
fun.
I ate terrible things. I should have brought the weird little strawberry cup I got there, but I forgot to. But there
What do you
actually some
have over
pictures of
here?
like late night. There's a late night festival photo.
Yeah, let me.
in there.
I want to see. Wait, so what was the festival? It was just.
I don't remember. All I knew is like the portable shrines had come out.
Oh, it's like the yeah.
And there was some taiko drumming and otherwise, but yeah, there should be some like nighttime. Clearly, yeah. That's
Hey.
like walking around one of the delightful festivals.
Look at you little cutie!
Thank you, and yeah, that's
Wow, that looks so fun.
It was great.
So that was just outside, just going on at night.
Outside, kids were running around. I bought. There's like dumb prizes that you can buy masks, and like they have the goldfish scoop, which is weird.
What's the goldfish scoop?
It's like a carnival thing where they have a bowl of goldfish, like a big tank of goldfish, and then you get a cup and like kind of it's like a flat net. It's not like a real net. It's like a ping pong racket, and you have to scoop the goldfish into a cup and then you keep it. That just seems.
And then you're like stuck with the goldfish.
Right.
Which is totally fine.
I guess.
But what are they gonna do?
I don't know. Nothing pleasant.
Listen, and you also don't like fish.
I don't like fish, so that doesn't. And they had.
You're not ever going to be having an aquarium in your house.
No, and there was plenty of food I couldn't look at because they're really big on taking a whole animal and putting it on a stick and barbecuing it. Like they don't like. So there were a lot of like just a fish they caught and just stuck it on a stick.
Going through the fish markets is so cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm told.
Are you an adventurous eater?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah, me too.
I only have one rule.
If something scares me, I'll be like, well, I'll try it. What's your one rule?
As long as the head's gone, I'm cool. I don't want to see the head.
Oh, you don't want to see the head.
Everything else, though, I'm down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I could go either way.
I don't like
if
my
someone
food to look
gives
at
it to me, I have to eat it.
Yeah, and back when I lived there as a teenager, like my coworkers were very big on daring me to eat food because
I'm sure.
So they would constantly find the weirdest stuff to try and feed me, and I don't think I ever broke.
Really?
Yeah. My only was like, as long as it doesn't have a head, I'm in.
Dang.
And
you know what I love so much is uni.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that weirds people out.
No, the
some people are really uncomfortable. They look like a little tongue.
Yeah.
It looks like a little tongue, and it kind of tastes like lipstick. But I like it. I love it.
What kind of lipstick are you?
I don't know.
How often do you eat lipstick now?
I mean, they say that women who wear lipstick, you eat like a pound of it in your life. Because you're like licking your lips. Who knows? I'm throwing that out there. That probably
I was going to say, if you wear enough lipstick and don't take it off at night, does that also? Yeah, I was going to say, like, does the spider get lipstick on its feet and then?
Yeah, the same thing of like you eat 3 spiders a year. How do we know this? How do we know these?
I think without 3 spiders, you get like a vitamin deficiency. So you have to have your 3 spiders a year, or else it's like a Flintstone vitamin.
Okay, wait. I want to go back to Disney Sea really quickly.
Okay.
Because there were 2 places there that I loved so much, and if you get to go there, please go see these places.
It is a delightfully batshit theme park.
It's so strange, but in like such a beautiful way. Magellan's. Did you go eat at Magellan's restaurant?
Which one is Magellan's? I don't think so.
Magellan's is sort of an area that's like.
Those areas.
Astronomy area?
No, it's the Jules Verne. It's the Jules Verne
area
one, yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah, that's the best part for me because I rode the little drill, the drill ride where you go into the journey into the center of the earth, and that's delightful. I didn't get to
ride it.
And they have the Nautilus. I went on the Nautilus too because I don't mind the robot fish.
Yeah, those are fine.
Yeah, and the classic design Nautilus.
The classic design is just so beautiful. Did you also there. Did you go into the Chamber of Planets?
Yes, I did the whole thing.
Gorgeous is it? Wait, is this Magellan's?
I did go to Magellan's. Magellan's was delightful.
So Magellan's, there's a hidden room.
We did not find the hidden.
Yes,
I was not aware of the hidden room.
There is a hidden room, and that is where we ate, and they just took us in there.
See,
by surprise.
I did not bring any of my Disney Sea photos with me, which I should have done. But yeah,
I mean,
Magellan's was amazing.
One day we're gonna do a whole
one
Disney
day we have
episode,
to, and like they have a whole scavenger hunt that you can do with a map. This is kind of new, where like the Jules Verne area, like there's a Leonardo da Vinci scavenger hunt, and it was amazing. I had a great time.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and you have to like collect all these different like go to all these different machines,
and then you just go through,
and eventually get a stamp on your map. It was great.
It's so beautiful. Like yes, it is Disney.
They know how to.
They really just know how to.
I also went on the
man.
Tower of Terror, which is spectacular. Their Tower of Terror is amazing.
Yeah, their Tower of Terror is great.
And my friends who are like deep Disney Sea lore, I have some friends who like know the lore and know they know Disney Sea the way that I know Disneyland.
That we know, yeah.
Yeah, that we did, and like they showed me some crazy like cool hidden secrets of the Tower of Terror, which made me really happy.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just love it. But the Chamber of Planets is like this beautiful room that you go in, and there are, I don't know what that thing is called.
Is it an astrolabe? No,
I think
it's an orrery. It's an orrery.
Yes, and there's the sun in the middle, but you can like move.
Yeah, you've got
the
little
planets around, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's so beautifully made, and so
they have a crazy one with remote control boats.
There it is.
Yeah, look at that thing. Oh, stunning.
And there's music in there. There's also like they're pumping smells into the air.
It's so delightful.
Which I don't know if they do that at Disneyland.
They probably do.
They probably do. We just can't smell it as
I'd
much,
live for that chlorine flavor.
Yeah. Just smells
it's
like
a small
clean.
world, and yeah, it's just like somebody is like that there's no actual water in like Pirates, it's just bleach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
put your hand in and it burns off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It burns.
Oh man. So cool. Yeah, I'm so glad. But yeah, wait, what did you bring over here?
I brought a few things. So
little show and tell?
A little show and tell. I didn't bring anything. One of the things they do now is they do themed cafes of they have Alice in Wonderland themed cafe you can just find in Tokyo, or Star Wars themed cafe, and they just serve desserts and some like merchandise. And I didn't bring any merchandise. The one I went to, I didn't bring any merchandise because I wasn't blown away, which was it was one of my favorite animes from when I was young, which was Rose of Versailles, which is...
Oh, that's right. You've told me about Rose of Versailles.
Wait,
I'm going to write this down because
it's delightfully gay.
That's right.
And they're redoing it right now. So it's Marie Antoinette and her very beautiful bodyguard named Oscar, but Oscar is a woman, but like dresses like a man. It has the long blonde hair. So there's lots of sexual tension that happens in that show.
Give me all the gay anime.
So it is. It is.
That's where I think I'll click with it.
There's so much gay anime. There's so much that they have different names for the different levels of gay. It's fantastic.
Love it.
Where to start?
Okay.
So
I see edible treasures. I see figurines over there. I see a ball of something.
So I'm glad. I was worried that one of my favorite essential layers of the culture was going to change in 25 years, and thank God it didn't.
Wait, when was it? Was that the last time you were there?
Yeah, it was like about 25 years ago.
Dang.
Very early 2000s.
That's a chunk of time to see how different it's
things
been.
had changed,
yeah.
But a lot had not, thank God. It was very like going back to your elementary school, and I'm like, wow, it's a little weirder and everything's smaller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I'm so glad that like one of the things that I loved there, and it was such an important lesson to me, is that people were really into. There was the understanding that just because something is popular doesn't mean it's bad, which is a problem out here.
That is, because you're like, oh, if it's popular,
it must be bad.
It.
Yeah.
Or it's lame.
It must be lame because people like it.
Yeah.
I was like, such a good lesson.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
Trends still happen, like intense trends were still a thing. So like there were like any of the anime stores I went into, they were selling like buttons, like old-fashioned buttons for all the anime, and all of them, they were everywhere. No one was wearing any. I looked, I could not see a single person wearing a button, but boy, they sold them everywhere. So clearly it was doing something. And then these weird little like see-through like plastic figurines where instead of an actual figurine, it was just a picture of the character cut out like the ones that you take a photo with, like cardboard, except they're really small and printed on clear plastic. And apparently that's a thing now. I didn't buy any of those because it was like, it's not speaking to me, but they did the one that is actually apparently starting to get over here. Gachapon, I want to say they're called. My pronunciation sucks right now.
Hey, it's
which are
it's better than I could attempt.
Yeah, this is like blind box. This is like real life blind box buying the way that you do in a video game now, where they're basically like the little machines that you get at like weird like low key restaurants where like you get a sticker or a tattoo out of, you put a quarter in it and it's a random.
Yes.
Except these are intense, and there are stores that do nothing but this.
Those. Yeah.
Like you go in,
stick the quarters in, and then pull it out, and then you get like the sticker.
Yeah, or you turn like the gumball machine thing, and it's a giant plastic gumball. And except that the stuff that comes in these gumballs is actually great. Like they're randomized.
You actually get cool stuff.
You actually get cool stuff that's actually well built, and like there are stores that are nothing but these machines.
What?
And they go like they're hard.
That's why Japan is so cool. There's just like such
like they'll do that and the
there.
crane machines, and that's a whole vibe, and they were everywhere.
And so cool.
I got a couple things. Like I didn't bring everything that I got out of those because some of them are a little delicate right now, but like there are a bunch of ones with creatures and from various different. So like I got a bunch for
this
like
creature.
This guy I'm using is a D&D mini.
What?
He's so cute.
Look at this little buddy.
Is this where I should put my strange little
Wait, I
guy?
love him.
I know. I'm trying to. I made it difficult here. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so,
we'll post a picture.
But like,
look at him.
But like, this is pretty cool to come out of a gumball machine.
I don't even know how to describe this.
He's like it looks like a fat little bird, like Prince Harkonnen from Dune if he was a penguin wearing a skull helmet.
That's a really good description, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a little bird skull helmet. I love him.
And I think it comes from the video game Monster Hunter, if I recall. And like he's got like a little mouth.
His head comes off.
Yeah, there's like there's a thing I haven't put on yet to make it so you can pose it, but like he can open his beak and then it's just.
This looks like those
evil
Potu birds.
Yeah.
You know those birds that look like they're like in the forest and they make sounds where it sounds like a kid crying for his mom.
They're very horrifying.
This is a very horrifying little creature.
He is, and
he's cute.
He's cute, and like what a good little D&D mini to just surprise people.
That's a great D&D mini.
And then like this one I can't open all the way, but I wanted to have one because this is actually a gift for a friend. But like
so we can't open this.
Well, we can open the ball. I just can't unwrap the plastic inside. But like
just to see what's in there.
How you get these?
So
this was actually at like a clothing store, so they had their own.
You get 10% off there.
So I got a 10% off coupon.
Great.
For a store I will not be back to for ages.
They're really cute.
And yeah, it was a little.
They're hair clips.
Yeah, they're hair clip. It was like a gothic Lolita. If anyone knows EGL, it's a style that was popular when.
What does that stand for?
Elegant Gothic Lolita, which is kind of it made its way here very hard. Which is like the
I remember it.
Cutesy. It's cutesy goth.
I had some, but I didn't know that that's what it was. I had two.
There was
dresses.
Yeah, they were very pop. There were still a few people like rocking the look, and still a few stores that were selling it. And there was a style that I didn't know the name of when I was young, but like there's an evolution of it now, which is like very much like goth to emo. And like the new version, I found out because I met this fascinating woman from China who was in town buying clothes in Harajuku, and I asked her. She's like, the current version is called Dopamine. Which is such a great name for a fashion trend.
What is it? What did it? Was it just what I would see is just super colorful.
It's super colorful, and like it feels like you are a character in a children's television series is what it looks like.
Oh,
it's very much
cool.
like you are clearly a guest star on Blue's Clues, Raggedy Ann vibe. Like it really
fun.
But it was wonderful.
Dopamine.
I know, what a great name.
I want to start dressing that way. That's my
You're
my
kind
style
of
is dopamine.
already-
I mean, I kind of do.
You're already like in that direction.
Yeah, I'm halfway there.
At some point, we will do a deep dive into fashion because
We must.
we don't.
Oh, here
Yeah,
we've
there
got
we are.
some. Yes, so very colorful, very happy.
Yeah, the vibe is very much there in those photos.
Dopamine dressing.
Yeah, dopamine is very. It's bright, but it's also very like basic shapes. It's not complex.
It's
like you can
structured,
see.
cool.
Yeah, it's very childish.
I love it.
I do too.
It's that kidcore stuff that we try to hit with our opening
Yes.
title.
It's
and
very
stuff.
kidcore.
Yeah.
The
Kidcore.
early version of that I used to just call Sherbert Kids, but that was not what it was actually called. Is a little more complex version of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really dug that, and God,
The fashion in Japan is so fun to see.
it really
That is like everybody there just looks incredible.
I thought a lot about this because I finally came to the conclusion it's not that everyone there looks incredible. It's that as Americans we dress really poorly.
Yes.
So it's very much
Yeah.
everyone everywhere else took a step forward, and we just
And
kind of.
we just that is very true.
But
Because
yeah,
that happens when you know.
there's a lot of thoughtfulness that like to going
Yeah.
outside there, and it makes you want to upgrade.
Thoughtful and put work into
Like
the style and
Presenting
how they want to
oneself.
present themselves and who they want to
That's-
put out there in the world. And
that's
I love that.
That's a whole episode right there.
That's a whole episode.
and because
we will go
when we go
deep in
hard, we go
fashion.
hard very well.
Yes.
I love the way
I-
you go hard.
Love talking about fashion. Because
Yeah.
I'm a
You own one of my favorite sweaters.
Fashionista.
You own one of my favorite sweaters on earth, and one day you will have to wear it on this show.
all right.
That's the moment I'm like,
Fashion.
was that sweater?
What else you got over there?
All right, let's other than terrible change that was in my pocket,
Okay.
because that always happens. We'll get to the food in a minute.
All right.
What's the other stuff I wanted? Okay, so I bought. I have to preface this because this is going to take some explanation. I went back to one of my old comic book stores that I was convinced would not be there anymore, and it was still there, although it had seen better days.
Okay. But
Bless
still
it.
going.
Still going. It was Mandarake in Shibuya, and it was in the second level basement of a building. Wow! And you could smell it. There was definitely it was damp.
Got a scent?
It was a little damp for a comic book store.
Okay, that's probably not a good idea. But,
No,
you know.
and they sell
all the paper.
they sell like vintage stuff too. Like they're very big on vintage, and I got a couple things there because I had to. I'll start with the easy stuff,
Okay.
which is I found the vintage singles, vinyl singles.
Whoa.
So I bought 2 pieces of anime soundtrack on single.
Whoa.
This one I'm excited about. We can put it on the little
Put it on our little
thing
our
there,
handy dandy.
which is reflecting so wonderfully. There we are. So this is the soundtrack, the Japanese soundtrack to a cartoon we've talked about, The Mysterious Cities of Gold,
Yes.
which I could not believe. I've never heard the Japanese opening, so I'm very excited.
Have you gotten to play these?
Not
just yet?
yet, because
Look at the bag.
yeah, it's got a little.
Look at that record.
It's
How
so
cool is
fun.
that?
And then one of my
That's just the outside of it.
yeah
Never
one
mind.
one of my early favorite. I know.
What a dingus.
Still into it, but one of my favorite
it's so
cartoons
cool looking.
growing up, and comic books too, manga, was a book called Urusei Yatsura, which involves a girl with demon horns and a tiger stripe bikini with green hair. It's a whole thing.
Oh, cool.
I love her name is Lum. I love her madly. It's a whole thing. And I found famously this show would burn through opening and closing songs and credits at high speed. So there's like a dozen opening and closing songs and credits, and they're all great and fun. Wow. And I found one of them on vinyl from the 80s. So I'm super excited.
Cool. Wait, so how much were these?
These were cheap. I think I got these
these
for
do look, because I'm like, what do these run?
Well, the nice thing is a lot of older stuff in Japan, when, at least for the anime stuff, is pretty cheap because people tend to not over collect.
Okay.
Because a lot of apartments are small. So once you're done with a thing that you own, oftentimes you'll just resell it. Because there's no room. If you want more new stuff, there's just only so much room in your reality, was how it was explained to me when I was there.
Wow.
So I was like, why is all the antique stuff relatively cheap unless it's really rare? And they're like, because, someone was done with it.
Yeah.
It's not like they were trying to, make
What a
money off of it.
concept.
And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
We just hoard here.
Big hoard. I mean,
You and me both.
I
How
can't help it.
fun.
And I love this character so much that I did buy a figurine, which I'm gonna have.
She's so cute.
She's so cute, and
Who's
she's
this?
this is the tiger stripe bikini.
This is okay.
And
at
this is Lum
her.
sitting on a desk.
What?
So
Look how she's all shy about.
She's chill. Yeah,
What a great. This is
she's
well made.
She's a great character. So
I'm just sitting here on my little stool.
she has electric shock powers, and so she can electrocute people when
She does.
when she's unhappy with them.
Oh my god.
The show, I can go off on this show forever because I love this show.
Wait, and what is this called? The show called again?
Urusei Yatsura, which is a pun.
Urusei Atsura?
Yatsura.
Yatsura.
And the whole thing is a weird pun because I'm trying to remember. Urusei can be taken two different ways.
Okay.
Which is, it can be like annoying or shut up, or it can be a star named Uru. And then the whole title, if you do it correctly, is The Annoying Aliens from the Star Uru.
Cool.
Because she's an alien from the star Uru, and she's a whole vibe.
She's very cute.
She's super cute, and it's the origin. It was created by a manga writer named her name was Rumiko Takahashi, who's like one of the great. I think she's like one of the richest women in Japan. From all of she's made so many huge hit comic books and cartoons, and this one ran for hundreds of episodes and like so many movies, and it's so good. And it was the origin of a thing called harem anime, which is it's still going. The idea of like one person, like usually a dude, although they have changed it around, who is like then surrounded by dozens of attractive female characters, and usually the normal version is like he likes one of them, but like the rest are kind of getting involved in fucking everything up because they're all trying to like shag this one nerdy. Yeah, this one nerdy dude. Although but this one being the original, the one dude was just a lech and horrible, and no one liked him.
No.
And he's just a piece of shit, except for the only girl and like. Literally in the universe, they established this, who actually likes them is her, and is the only girl he wants nothing fucking to do with. And all of her friends fucking hate him, and all of his friends hate him and are only there because they think she's cool. And it's just
my God.
And they just remade it and changed, thankfully, like fixed some of the more problematic aspects of it. But it's hilarious, and there's lots of puns, and it's like a lot of pun humor, and it's great. But
Incredible.
I'm either gonna like maybe leave her here for a while, just vibing.
Yes,
but
let her vibe.
When I bring it home, because she doesn't fit the aesthetic of my reality.
I was gonna say, I'm like the aesthetic of your house with her. I'm sure is
my
doesn't
plan.
quite.
I do things with this, which is I'm gonna bronze her and then no, I'm kidding. I'm like not kidding. I'm gonna bronze her and then patina to make it look like an old statue.
That's cool.
And then this is being replaced by like an old stone, so it looks like
That'll
a
look
classical. Cool. Yeah, that's what I do with like, I have an Alice in Wonderland statue that didn't quite work, so I bronzed it and then sprayed it.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah, and then it looks
I want to
deeply
see
formal.
them.
Yeah,
See what they look like.
It really takes things like this, and then it takes people a moment to go,
Wait, is that?
How did you get that? Is that real? And you're like, well, it's plastic, but
It's an ancient artifact.
It really, yeah. Getting the tiger stripes are going to be tricky.
Wow, what a cool idea.
Yeah. I try and get, if I ever any of my like statue toys break, I immediately will like bronze them and then like, or like do something like that.
What
and,
a
like,
cool idea.
Yeah.
I got to see what this looks like.
It really is fun. I've bugged Sideshow a couple times to be like, send me broken things.
Yeah, if you send me broken ones, I can.
Yeah, like things that people return that can't
Yeah.
be fixed. I like, you just make them look like marble, or which I can't do, but
That's a cool idea.
you make them look like statues. So here we can hide. We can hide
let's
Lum.
put her up here.
If you've never read or seen, like just get a bunch of the opening credits themselves are amazing, and Rumiko Takahashi is worth looking up.
I'm gonna put her up here.
Yeah, she can. Oh, look, she's so cute.
Yeah, she looks cute.
She's so cute.
She's just a little lady.
She's a princess. She's an alien princess. She really is. And then.
Ooh, what is this?
So this is a fascinating trend. This is actually another trend that's made it to the United States.
Paper theater?
So, and that's a Studio Ghibli. I'm going to say Ghibli. That's what I've decided.
I feel like that's what I've heard.
I'm
going to let you open this.
Oh man, yeah, I'm talking so much this episode.
It's great.
I know. Now that we've moved on from Tiger Stripe bikini, which I also will say that I may have bought a set of Tiger Stripe underwear because they were selling it, like not like weird, but like men's, like a men's boxers with the Tiger Stripe because I feel like it's such a vibe. So,
okay, I don't know if this is accurate, but here, listen up.
Ghibli.
I want to say Ghibli is what I grew up with, so
yeah, I think it is.
Studio Ghibli. It's
Studio
Ghibli. I feel better.
We're going with Ghibli.
Yeah, we're going with Ghibli.
So,
wow,
Whispers of the
beautiful.
Heart it's a lesser known Ghibli film, and one of the things in it is, and it's related to another movie that was made. It's about a girl who is trying to figure out some creative aspects of her life, and she either wants to be a writer, and she has like a school project where she has to adapt and translate the words to Country Road.
Oh,
the
Country Road.
but she has to do it in Japanese, so she figures out how to translate it. Yeah, Ikimashou zuto yume. Yeah, and anyway, she like meets this kid who's got kind of a creative family, and like they had like his family has like a jam session like with like classes with like instruments, and like she's kind of like, and this is kind of the short story. She has a dream about a short story that called The Cat Returns.
So you build this, and it's like a little. It's like a little shadow box.
Yeah, it's a little shadow box. So like, and I brought this one and these are kind of become popular around. I've seen them in a few places.
Oh, and you just pop them out. They're like laser cut.
They're like laser cut layers, and like it has a little.
Oh my God,
my shaky hands will not show it off well.
Gorgeous.
But like it then becomes a little 3D
it's like a
cutout.
little 3D cutout.
And
so there's like little pieces. This is the front. Oh, and okay, I see.
Yeah, and then each layer has its own thing.
Wow.
And they're relatively easy to put together. So you get a little shadow box thing frame, which is really cute.
Oh, we're gonna have to build this and put it together.
I figure this would be a fun one to put on.
Yes.
This
is a very fun one. Oh, and here's the instructions. Okay.
Yeah, you found. Okay, good.
So I'll make sure to keep all this together.
And then
that is very cool.
The last non-food thing that I brought is one for each of us, which I have to double check this because I want to make sure I do this right. I went to Kyoto and went to some shrines, as one does. I know. It was really fun.
I bet.
And one of the shrines I went to was one of the first, not quite one of the first Zen shrines, but it was the vibe was there. Because I was just walking around. I didn't really have a plan. I had a friend who kind of gave me some go here notes. And this was the, let's see if I can do this, Kinnin-ji temple. That's the temple, the Kinnin-ji temple. And it was...
God, look at that. Is that like were those rocks that were...
Yeah, that's a little rocks that have been put around that like have been put into a little spiral.
Wow.
And it was... they had a couple rock gardens, and that was one of them. And they're well known for they have some beautiful paintings of storm gods.
Wow.
This is my favorite thing. That's I'm trying to find this is a part of the shrine. So that painting on the ceiling is a huge. It's by a painter named Kazumi Junsaku.
Whoa!
Dragons are his specialty, apparently. And this is the mythical Unryu. I'm pronouncing that right. A cloud dragon that brings rain. And there's a reference to the sermons from this temple's abbot, once given in Hato. So this thing is a series of individual pieces of paper, like literally paper paintings. It took years to finish that were then glued on the ceiling. And the whole thing was apparently done in an elementary school gymnasium because it was installed in 2002.
So recently?
Yeah, pretty recently. Completed in 2003 to commemorate the temple's 750th anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really big.
750?
And 50. Doesn't look a day older than 400.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so old.
They're really big on the this is another thing that the ship of Theseus, if you know that theory. So it's the notion of if you have like this very old ship, you think of this like classical ship that's hundreds of years old, but it was falling into disrepair. So they slowly, you fixed it, and eventually there's no original part of the ship left. So is it no longer the ship, or is it a new ship, or is it the same ship? And it's one of those wonderful philosophical questions that has no real answer. And in the West, we tend to gravitate towards it's no longer the original ship, which is why we love ruins.
Okay.
Whereas in Japan, they take a very different. It's more like you go and I remember when I was first there, I was seeing this beautiful old shrine and was like, this is stunning, and I don't know, like it's amazing, and the wood looks so it looks great. It's like, oh yeah, we recently replaced like a whole bunch of the wood and the ceilings like 20 years ago, and I'm like, but it's historical. It's like, yeah, but it would fall down. And it would look bad. Why would you do that?
I mean,
this is important. Why would you let it rot?
Yeah. You're like, well, that's a
very fair point.
Very fair point.
And so they're much more in that like one of the beautiful gold screens they have there with the Thunder God. Like they have a whole thing of like, this is not the real one. This is an amazing recreation of it, and we're very proud. And we're like we do that here too, but we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like we're very big here on museums, like not mentioning that a lot of the art is actually not really that art. It's recreations, and not to ruin people's feelings on this, but yeah. So they're very proud of it. Of like, look, masters came in.
Yeah, that is something here that is very different.
Yeah, we like things to feel like they're falling apart.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Fascinating. Right, now, what are these?
So when we went to one of the shrines, there was a wonderful wedding happening. I had photos, but it felt inappropriate. And while I was there, I got us some little prayer tokens that you can buy.
What?
So these are for health, and these are wishes for health and wellness.
Oh.
And I figure you can take. I got two different versions.
Love it.
There's 2 colors. There we are.
How wonderful these are! They're just little tokens.
They're little like prayers inside of a little envelope.
What in the world?
No idea if they're showing up, but I figure you can pick yours. So they're very, very cute.
Look how cool these are.
You normally there's a whole series of interesting things you do at these shrines.
This yellow one is so beautiful.
Okay, then that's the one you're keeping.
I feel like I'm connecting with this one.
Yeah, no, take it then.
May I open it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And there's a whole series of things where you can write prayers and wishes on pieces of paper and then put them on.
You just keep them in the.
You put them on trees, or some of them you deposit in the. There's a whole thing. And when I originally lived there, I remember my boss making a point of when we went there, we were compelled to give prayers for the health and success of the business. It's like, I don't care what else you do, but you're spending a little bit of money on that child. So we're like,
wow.
Okay.
Wow. This is so pretty.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I have a few of these from the old days.
Really?
Yeah. So, and they all look different.
Thanks,
this is it. No problem. I thought this was.
It's great.
It's tough.
This is a beautiful keepsake.
It is. They're adorable, wonderful, and they're very pretty, and you can put them places. And I have one that's on a.
I love it.
I hang them on occasion.
So beautiful. Yeah. I would love to know what this says.
There's definitely ways of finding that out.
I'm sure.
There's a little code back there because they understand when they sell them that you don't necessarily know everything about them. So There's a little
There's
information.
a little code.
Yeah, they're very good
Yeah.
about that.
Oh,
they
that's
don't.
great.
They don't want this to be mysterious.
No, I love this. Thank you,
No
Taliesin.
problem. It's worth looking at. Like
It is.
buying little tokens at shrines is always nice.
I love it.
So that's the stuff.
Well, I'm really excited to try whatever this food is over here because it looks like chocolate.
Well, I got. Wow, this is the episode. So I got two different types of things because there's the super sweet stuff. I find Japanese confectionaries go in two directions.
Wait, Baskin Robbins chocolate mint?
Well, I knew that you were a 7-Eleven. I didn't know that you were a 7-Eleven nerd for there,
Oh,
but I assumed.
yes.
So I did get a couple things from
I
7-Eleven.
have like a 7-Eleven slut.
Yeah, no, it's
That's how much I love
you're a
it.
slut 7-Eleven.
I'm a slut for
Oh, yeah.
7-Eleven
Or,
in
yes.
Japan.
Yeah, seven days a week till 11.
Yeah.
After 11, we prude out. But
Yeah, of course.
Title.
oh wow, we have title.
I'm a 7-Eleven slut.
L3 next time.
So
Wow.
these are the sweet. I would recommend the
Chocolate and Ramoon candy? What does that mean? What's Ramoon?
I
Ramune.
it's a
Muscat grape flavor?
yeah. And then I got these are filled with the Baskin Robbins chocolate mint
This
chocolates.
I see you've gotten into. And
I may have things happened,
Okay, this I'm so
you have to
excited
try one.
Try.
and then we'll do the weird.
So
and
it's
then we'll do
with
the other
Baskin Robbins.
One. Yeah, no, I mean, God bless 7-Eleven.
Okay. So chocolate mint, which I love chocolate
I-
mint Baskin Robbins ice cream.
I thought you might.
Oh, the smell of it.
I know.
Ooh.
Like when they hit super sweet, their super sweet is really, really fun.
Tastes just like it.
Yeah, they really
It also kind of tastes like an Andes mint.
a little bit.
That's
And
delicious.
I think we should get this before we get into the subtle one.
Okay.
So we'll do this and then we'll do the subtle one.
Okay. That is so good.
Yeah, that's a.
Big fan.
I ate some absolute delightful crap.
Okay, I'm going to open this.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So these are the chocolate and Ramoon candy. Oh, no, I'm not saying this right. Muscat grape flavor.
Here, I'll take one of those.
Here we go.
Impressions.
Oh, it's a hard can. Oh,
Oh,
it's like a little. Oh, that's actually delicious.
it's like it's got like a crunchy grape.
It has a crunchy grape in the middle. Mm-hmm. That is very good.
Very good. It's like a chocolate covered crunchy grape.
It almost tastes like
Wow.
a really good white wine.
Yeah, it's got a white wine vibe.
It's got a white wine, but like it's much sweeter and it's like covered in. That is very good.
Good to
I'm gonna
know.
make another one.
And now we'll get into the more
Big fan.
the sophisticated
Big
vibe.
fan. Try that.
So I don't know how you feel about like sweet bean, like
Love it.
Okay,
Love
so
sweet bean. Any of that.
Kyoto is
Taro, red bean, all of it.
you'll love this. So Kyoto is filled
Taro's
with like
bean, but-
classic like old style confectionaries. It's actually something that the city was famous for. Was like these people would come up with the craziest. This is where like a lot of the interesting Japanese flavored candy. And this was I
what a
bought a
beautiful
bunch of stuff
box.
from these guys, and they package it beautifully. So
Oh,
this is
gorgeous.
and I was like, this is a like Japanese sweet bean confectionery.
Oh,
So
just the packaging, it's all just so wonderful. It makes it feel like everything's so special.
I figure we can split this one,
Okay.
and you'll see it's got like a
Yeah, this looks like red bean.
it's got like it's got a hint of strawberry.
Ooh.
Trying to open it in a reasonable way.
This. Oh, so this is like the little paper on what it is.
Yeah, and like
what it's about.
this place, like they make them fresh. Like I like this place, and like the guys who actually make the candies are there and are happy to do their best to talk about them. If your Japanese is iffy, they have one guy there whose English was pretty good because Kyoto is also, I will say, like a tourist trap. So I figure you can break off. You can kind of see the consistency of this. I know I'm putting it in the worst
It's
possible
kind of
way.
Like, should we?
We'll take a photo of it. So, and it's got like a
It
little.
kind of looks like soap.
Yeah, a lot of like my mom bought some stuff there and thought she was buying soap at one point. Not to.
All right. I still have the other taste in my mouth.
I know that was one worry. Very subtle.
Very subtle. That's nice.
The strawberry will come in a minute. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so what? It's like a gelatin situation.
Yeah, it's a bit mochi.
It's a bit mochi, yeah.
It's actually got some of the whole beans, and then they put some strawberry flavor in it. Just
Cold.
gentle.
How is it cold?
It came out of he's told it to me. It doesn't need refrigeration, but like it tastes good if you So I've had it in the refrigerator before I brought it in. So
That's really good.
yeah, he was like,
It's
I
weird.
recommend bringing it out in the fridge, but. So yeah,
That's not too sweet.
Yeah, I might save the rest of this for if the crew wants to.
Yeah,
We'll use
give it a little pick up.
That's me talking about Japan for an
Really good.
hour. My God.
Damn. Well, you know what?
No.
That was great. Can you know what I think we should do for you to see us off is maybe can you say something in Japanese?
Oh God, you're gonna make me do that?
I don't know, just like a goodbye, stay weird. I don't know. Goodbye.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I used to know
Is
some
weird
really
a word
good.
in Japanese?
It is. I
Similar?
don't trust my brain with
Translation.
I will say that like kids it would be kodomo, but
Kodomo.
henna konono. No, that's like weird. Oh God, it's gonna drive me
My
insane.
dad spoke Japanese, and I wish that would have been
Yeah.
transferred down to me.
I'm trying to remember like something from like the old anime days. Nigen no shourai wa nigeneru beki da watashi ma so omoru. Oh God, it's going to drive me nuts.
Sounds great.
Thank you. Yeah,
me.
it's going to drive me insane. My Japanese sucks, and yeah, it used to be good, and now it's
Hey,
dead.
in time.
In time,
If you wanted to bring it back, I'm sure you could.
I'll watch some of my old anime.
Well, thank you for sharing your trip with us.
Thank
It
you.
really was just, I loved taking a trip to the beautiful land of Japan.
We should go
that
at some point.
I would love to.
We should get more people in Japan to watch Critical Role.
That'd be great. I really wish.
I got stopped by a few, but
Yeah?
all of them were foreigners, but yeah. But still.
Maybe one day.
One day.
Maybe one day we'll be cool enough in Japan.
Yeah, we are not cool enough in Japan.
We're not there yet.
No.
Maybe we never will be.
Yeah.
But we can always hope. All right, pals.
Yeah. No, it's
You
been
know,
great. I'm going to
it's
try and
been
sleep
great.
off some of this jet lag.
Sleep off the jet
It'll be
lag.
so much more amusing.
We love you. I mean, I don't know you. I don't know if I love you or not.
You know, probably
But
would.
you know what?
Stay weird. It'll be delightful.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Oh God. Some very important weird information for all of our weird kids. Our new episodes are now starting to release exclusively on Beacon.tv. That's right, every Tuesday.
So we are still releasing the final Weird Kids episodes from 2025 every Tuesday on our Weird Kids YouTube channel and on podcast platforms. But our new episodes are exclusively only